So, good evening, YouTube. Happy Saturday. It would have been a happier Saturday if Arsenal accepted the bid that was tabled for Mkhitaryan, but they don't want £8.5 million. They want more than £8.5 million for Henrik Mkhitaryan. Now, yeah, it's a bit of a mad one because obviously we swapped him for Alexis Sanchez. Well, we swapped Alexis Sanchez for him, should I say? And I think that we probably both got the raw end of the deal. Neither of us got a good deal out of that. Although at the time, everyone thought that Man United were going to get the best end of the deal. That didn't quite materialise in the end. But Mkhitaryan then went to Roma on loan, which is where he's at now. Scored on his debut against Sassuolo. And he's only played 9 more games since then. He was out with an injury for 6 weeks of them. But he has only played 10 games this season for them. Now, they've tabled a bid for £8.5 million. That's been swiftly rejected by Arsenal. But if you cast your mind back to even under the Wenger era, Henrik Mkhitaryan, before Unai Emery came in, Henrik Mkhitaryan took a swipe at the fans after one of the games. I think it was against Watford. We lost to Watford, I believe. And he came out after the game and he said that, you know, we want to play for the fans, but they couldn't be bothered to turn up today, basically. That's basically what he was saying in no uncertain terms. Then under Unai Emery, he had a swipe about Unai Emery when he went on loan to Roma, which is where he's still at, obviously. And he said that he had to play more defensive role. He liked to play with more freedom up front as a winger, as an attacker. But Unai Emery wanted him to link up from the defensive midfielder and be the guy that could get the ball off the defensive midfielder and spring the attacks. Obviously, he wasn't comfortable doing that, but he did it. But I don't understand why he had a swipe at Emery after he went on loan. He didn't know whether Emery was still going to be the manager, by the way, at the end of that loan spell. So I thought that was a little bit disrespectful from Mkhitaryan. Let's be real. He's been absolutely rubbish. Apart from a hat-trick of assists against Everton, what has the guy really ever done for us? Yeah, he scored the odd couple of goals here and there. But £8.5 million, I've seen a lot of people in the chat so far putting 10, 12s, 15s, 20s. For me, listen, I'd take the £8.5 million, chop their hands off for it and say, bye, thanks, mate, see ya. And he's gone. That's what I would do. But I understand why people want more money out of it. But at the same time, I just look at it and I just think, you know what, get him off the books. He's not going to be here at the end of the season. He's not coming back. I hope he ain't coming back. Jesus Christ, could you imagine if he come back? In fact, I actually see somebody on Twitter the other day putting it out there. Now that we've got Arteta, would Mkhitaryan be any good at Arsenal? No. He's 30 odd years old, 30, 31. For me, no. I think just take the money and run. And listen, he hasn't really cut it in Italy so far. I know he's been injured, like I said. He scored against Sassuolo and he was out for 6 weeks. So that brings him up to what, October-ish, end of October. Since then, he's played 9 more games. That ain't really great, is it? Let's be honest. And, you know, I just think that where would he fit in at Arsenal, firstly? £8.5 million for a player that's 30 years old, that's got no place at this football club, is better than trying to hold out for 12, 14, 16, 20. Just take the money, because they might go, actually, no, we don't want him. You keep him. Yeah, you keep him. And then what do? We're then stuck with a player who's on 200 grand a week for Arsenal Football Club that ain't ever going to get a game, might not want to go out on a loan move anywhere else, and might just sit there and go, yeah, cool, I'll take the wage. I'll take the wages. So for me, whilst the offer's there, obviously they might come back in with another bid because we've rejected the 8.5. If that gets anywhere close to 10, take the money. Even I would have took the 8.5, but take the money. 10 million, take it. That goes towards paying a player's wages. That goes towards putting it into another player, maybe a defender, maybe a midfielder, maybe a right back. We're linked with Max Aarons. There's £10 million of the 30 that they want. So maybe go and do that. I don't know, but I just think it's a little bit greedy. I understand it's negotiation and they're not going to accept the first offer, etc., etc. So it is a bit of a haggling game. But 8.5, I would have took it. Stan says 8.5 is too low. Your name winds me up, man. It's proper funny. Swap deal. Who for? Who are we swapping him for? Who would you take from Roma's team? Etcha. I hope I got your name right. 10 million is fair, says Chris. Evening to everybody in the chat, 360 people. But listen, I just look at it and I just think that for a player who's on 200 grand a week, I don't know whether we're subsidising some of that at Roma. I'd imagine we are. But I'd imagine that if he comes back, that's what, 10 million quid a year. Why don't we just take the 8.5, 10 million, whatever it may be in the next bid, and that gets his 10 million pound wages off the wage bill. Plus, we've got 10 million pounds. So essentially, it's 20 million. We've saved 10 and we've got 10. That's how I'm looking at it. Zanillo, I can't say as I've seen much about him, if I'm being honest, mate. So yeah, if you obviously watch it, I don't. So yeah, man. But yeah, I just think that it's a negotiation process which Arsenal are going to play the game in. I get that. I'm sure that he will leave the club. I'm pretty adamant that he'll leave the football club. There's no way he's got a future at this club. The only way he's got a future is by leaving. A swap deal for Smalling. Well, Smalling's actually on loan from Man United, mate, and I think he might be going back to Man United. Take 8.5. He's not worth any more. Says Pauline. Evening to you, Pauline. Evening to you, Omar. Take the money and move on. Well, that's what I'd do, but there we go. If Roma don't increase the bid, we can always come back for the 8.5 million bid. Well, that's true, but at the same time, they might say, well, actually, we've turned our thoughts to somebody else at this point. You know, because let's be honest here. He's 30 years old. I know football's crazy in terms of transfer fees, but let's assume that he is on the reported 200 grand a week at Arsenal. Does Roma sit there and think, do you know what? Let's pay £8.5 million for this guy and then give him £10 million a season for the next 2 seasons. It's £28.5 million they're then investing in Mkhitaryan. Is that worth it, genuinely? Is that worth it for a guy who's 31 years old, 31? I think he is nearly 31. He's 31 the next couple of months, I believe. Is that worth it, really? £28 million investment with wages? I'm not so sure that is, you know. Which is why I would have snapped their arms off for that. But what do I know? Good evening, Lee. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Pauline. I hope you're good. I hope you're very good. I hope everybody's good, actually. I'm really well. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to Spain, if I'm being honest. It's freezing cold in England, and I can't really deal with this weather. I'm too skinny for this weather. I'm not built for cold weather. So yeah, 5 days and I'll go back. The 9th of January, sorry, I'll go back. Thoughts on the extinction at Australia? I take it you mean the bushfires. Do you know what? I've genuinely, I didn't even know about that until about 2 or 3 hours ago, because I don't watch TV. So, you know, unless I'm sitting on social media and scrolling and seeing stuff, which I'm not really doing, then I don't really see any of this stuff. But you know what? That's tragic, man. I had to look at it. I Googled it in the end after I see a post, and I was like, rah. So I Googled it. It's been going on for weeks. I didn't know any of this. So listen, that's sad, man. That's proper tragic. And you speak Spanish. Si, senor. There you go. That's about all I know. No, I can speak a bit of Spanish. I'm not fluent, nowhere near fluent, man. But I can construct a sentence or a couple of sentences. That's about it. But when I get back, I will be learning again. Keep Ceballos. I'm not sure about that one. I want to see what he does when he comes back under Arteta. What is your job? YouTube, mate. That's my job. That is my job, and it has been since May 2019. Thank you, Mark Pryor. Evening to you, buddy. I hope you're having a nice weekend. Cheers for your donation, pal. I appreciate that. It's not what you paid, it's what he's worth. Save wages plus fee, get done, move on. Big up the channel. Glad you saw my comment on the other channel. Yeah, come on, man. Always, bruv. Always. Listen, I said last night, there's people that just want to talk about me all they like. Listen, that's when you know you're doing well, mate. So let these people keep talking, man. I ain't going to give them no airtime. I'm just going to do what I'm doing, which is why this channel keeps growing 100 subscribers every single day at the moment. So big up every single one who has subscribed. Big up everyone who's watched. Very close to 9 million people have watched this channel. In fact, it might actually go over that. Let's have a little butchers while we're here. Let's have a quick little look. But no, that's what I do, man. I just do what I do. And if 55,000 views 55,000 views away from 9 million in 57 weeks, which is pretty damn relentless if I'm being honest. But yeah, let everyone crack on, man. My ears ain't burning at all, bruv, because I'm sweet. I'm all jig, baby. Big up Lee, keep smashing it. Evening to you, DS Electronics Unlimited. Do you actually sell electronics? Is that your business, or is that just the name you chose for this? 6-1, I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. Big up yourself, Ilias. Sign Boateng or Thiago Silva? Thiago Silva, I'd take over Boateng all day long. Shervin, no way do I want Boateng. Because do you know what? I actually thought about this, right? When I see the story pop up, I was like, nah, don't want him. Then I looked into it a little bit more and I thought, you know what? Maybe sit him on the bench, maybe play him a bit of experience. He's won everything. He's won 7 Bundesligas, won Champions League, I think, hasn't he? I might be wrong in that. He might not have won it. Has they won a Champions League? I don't know. But anyway, he's won a lot of trophies at Bayern Munich. So I'm like, okay, cool. But then when I hear that they want to give him away and just get his wages off the wage bill, and I'm thinking, right, nah, there's an issue there. There's definitely an issue with that guy. Why would they suddenly want him out? Why is he falling out with the hierarchy? Why do they just go, yeah, do you know what? It was 13 million quid yesterday, but do you know what? Today, you can have him for nothing. Just get his wages off the wage bill. David, I rent an apartment for now, mate. I rent an apartment. I'm saving up, hopefully, as soon as I get back to get a villa. It's a 1-bed apartment at the minute. It's nice, though. It's kind of nice. It's got a pool outside and all that. Communal pool, which is kind of decent, especially in the summer. But although saying that, it's about 20 degrees there today, so it's always summer. But yeah, the idea is to save up and upgrade. Obviously, it's a base for now to start off with. Big up yourself, bro. Do you need a mod? Not at the minute, buddy. I've got about 4 or 5 already. I think. I don't even know how many I've got, but I'll keep you in mind. I know you've been a long time viewer, bud. Lee, we do electronic repairs and I am an electronics specialist. Well, maybe you can fix my iPhone then at some point, because the speaker on this, when I do a video, it's like constantly. It doesn't matter what platform. I don't know why that is. In fact, I might just bin the phone and buy another one. Thank you, Omar. Listen, at the end of the day, mate, people want to chat, let them chat. Simple as that. I'm a poet. I didn't know it. And Didi is insane. Yes, and Didi is very good. We need someone like him to help the structure of the club. Who do you mean, mate? Maybe I've missed another comment of yours. I don't know. I don't know who you mean. You on about Boateng? I don't know, man. Yeah, Man United are playing Wolverhampton Wanderers, which, funny enough, is where I am. I'm actually in Wolverhampton. So I was going to try and get a ticket to the game, but they're all gone. So sadly, I'll be watching it on TV in a minute. But yeah, I was going to go. Would you take Slobosly? Yes, I would. Fantastic player. Fantastic young talent. Should Arsenal take the cup serious? Says John. Yes, they should. 100%. Neves, Ndidi and Aki, says Greg, all day long. Evening, DJ Fury. Hope you're good. I asked to be put back on as a mod, as I was a mod before. Where's that other comment gone? I see a comment a minute ago. Tranmere got up. Did Tranmere win? I don't even know any of the football scores today, if I'm being completely honest. Would you take Emil Heskey? Yeah, I'd take him as far away from me as possible, mate. Do drive the likes up. For anybody who's joining late, Mkhitaryan is obviously out on loan at Roma. Roma have put a bid in for £8.5 million for him, which Arsenal have swiftly rejected. My thoughts on it were that I'd take the money. I'd take the money and run. Listen, the guy's never going to get a game at Arsenal again, or I'd like to think he ain't going to get a game at Arsenal. He ain't good enough, which is why we loaned him out. He then slagged off Unai Emery for loaning him out, saying that he was trying to push him further back and this and that. Let me just get rid of this guy. That's twice you put that in there. Bye, mate. See ya. You had your warning a second ago. And yeah, he basically slagged off Emery, saying, well, I had to be the guy that come back to link up with the DM and blah, 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 this, that and the other. And he slagged off the fans before, saying that the fans basically didn't turn up to the game, but we play for the fans when they turn up and stuff like that. Little digs. Take the £8.5 million, get the 200 grand a week off the wage bill. Thanks for the memories of the hat trick against Everton on your opening game. It's time to say goodbye, Henrik Mkhitaryan. There we go. That's what I would have done. Well, DJ Fury, I did promise you would be first one on there. So, listen, it is what it is, man. I forgot all about it. But I did promise you you'd be the first one back. So, but Louis Van Gaal, next one is yours, baby. So keep your eyes peeled. What was I going to say? Lee, with WW3 on the horizon, I thought at least Xhaka would have to go to fight. Then I remembered Switzerland remained neutral. For fuck's sake. Why did I read that out, Christos? I swear. Do you know what? I see something about America and Iran and this. I don't get involved in all that crap. At the end of the day, I just live my life. And if all these countries want to fight with each other, let them crack on, mate. I'll be sunbathing in Spain on the 9th of January. Let them all do what they're doing, if that's what they want to do. Jovic for Werner instead, says Dejan Stefanovic. I'd take either of them, mate. I don't think Werner's that great. He's a massively overhyped. But I do think they're both very good players. And I think that, listen, if Aubameyang or Lacazette are going to go, then go and get one of them. That's what I'd do. I'd go and get one of them. But will Arsenal go and get one of them? You're going to be in Spain on the Leeds game. No, I will still be in Wolverhampton, mate, on Monday. I think, man, you got the better half of the Mickey deal. I don't know. It's a hard one, isn't it? It's a proper tough one. What am I doing here? It's a proper tough one. Because at the end of the day, Alexis didn't really smash it for Man United, did he? In fact, he actually went so far backwards, he was in reverse. It was like he was coming back down the M6, back to the Emirates. But Mkhitaryan, again, just the fact is, right, both of us paid over the odds for them for the wages that we gave both of them, if that makes sense, on the swap. We had the better player. Alexis was miles better than Mickey, but it just didn't work for him at Man United. Mkhitaryan didn't do fuck all at Man United anyway. So was it really ever going to work at Arsenal? Probably never, which is why he's not here anymore. Big up James Freshwater. Hope you're good, buddy. I'm very good. I had a wicked New Year, man. I got in at 6:30 on New Year's Day. And yeah, it was a messy one, to say the least. But I hope you are good, mate. I hope you're really well. And listen, 2020 is your year, mate. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Vincinius or Rodrigo? Vincinius, Ben. Vinicius. I always get his name wrong. Vinicius. Yeah, that's who I'd go for out of the two. Do you think Arsenal get top four? No, I don't. No chance. Can we get 3 players in January who are you going for, Lee? Says Mayo Flips. Evening, mate. 3 players we can get in January that I would go for. Nathan Aki, definitely. I think he's class. I've been banging that drum for 2 seasons. And it's nice to see people are starting to come around to that now. Because a lot of people, when I put that out there a couple of seasons ago, laughed at it. But now certain bigger accounts are tweeting it out there and all of a sudden it gets traction, doesn't it? But I suppose that's social media for you. So Nathan Aki would be 1. And Didi would be 2. Yes, and Didi, baby. And 3 would be... I'd probably go for Decore. I'd bin Xhaka. Maybe loan out Joe Willock. Maybe loan out Guendouzi. Because as much as I like him and as much as I rate him, he's played way too many games for Arsenal. Maybe loan him out to a lower team. Then you've got Ndidi, Torreira, Decore. You've then got Ozil, Ceballos. You've got the attacking bit. Decore can go box to box. And Ndidi and Torreira could be the sitters. You've got a bit of everything then. Maybe loan out Guendouzi and Willock. I don't know. Bin Xhaka and you're good to go. So there'd be my 3 probably, mate. Lee, are you in the toilet? It looks like it. Yesterday when I sat on the sofa over there, everyone was like, Lee, you're in the attic. What are you doing in the attic? So I thought, you know what? The lighting was pretty dead over there last night. Well, let me come and sit over here, right next to the conservatory. And now it looks like, it does actually look like I'm in a toilet. Ian, you're a joker, man. It does actually look like I'm in the toilet, but no, I'm not in the toilet. I'm actually in, well, the kitchen's just there. So I'm kind of, I don't know what this area would be called, mate. It's just the walkway to the kitchen, living room and conservatory. So yeah, I'm not in the toilet. Would you take Dunk? Yeah, I probably would take Dunk, the random vlog. I would. Fred's free kick landed at Goodison Park. It actually broke the clock. The maintenance guys at Arsenal had to go and fix the dial on the clock. I am on the rum and cokes tonight, Ian. It is the weekend, so we'll have a little rum and coke tonight. Would you take Thomas Partey instead of Xhaka? Bruv, I would take you instead of Xhaka. Indeed, he is slow, but he's an absolute baller. It looks like you're having a number 2. Jeez. I'm not actually having a number 2. I'm going to pan the camera down a little bit. Look. I'm actually sat on a chair, not a toilet. There's a radio. Look. Got my trackies on. Man's chilling today. So yeah, I'm not in the toilet. Now you can see the radiator. Yeah, it might actually not look like I'm in the toilet anymore. But yeah, there we go. Griezmann for ABBA. No way, name this 1, 2, 3. Griezmann is one of the most overhyped players on the planet. 6-1 said the same. No way. No. Kolasinac wanted to play for in the Man United game, even though he was not ready. He actually played well, to be fair, Kolasinac. Akshat Verma. I always struggle to pronounce that. Apologies, mate. Emirates or Highbury? Is that a trick question, mate? Is that actually a trick question? Highbury all day long. And for anybody who's never been there, I kind of feel like I wouldn't say sorry, because I think that's a little bit like patronising and like degrading like you as a person. I just wish you had all seen it. Yeah, I think had all been there, because it was a beautiful stadium. People like it weren't the best stadium, obviously. It weren't the most modern stadium, but the atmosphere again wasn't fantastic. But you were closer to the pitch. And everyone was on the same page. We then expanded to, or moved on to the Emirates, and it just lost all of that, really. The tradition, the history, everything that was good about Highbury stayed at Highbury. Everything that was good about Arsenal pretty much stayed at Highbury as well. You know, the winning teams, the winning mentality. You know, the players that we had, pretty much most of them were at Highbury. As soon as we went Emirates, bang, they've sold everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? And people are still confused and still think that we had to sell the players to pay the stadium. This is one of the biggest myths ever. Even Gary Neville got sucked into it. You know, at the end of the day, it was on a 25-year mortgage, like a house. You go and buy a house, it's on a 25-year mortgage. And the stadium is still costing £20 million a season in repayments until 2031. So we've still got 11 years left on that, which is why I was been asking under the Wenger days and the Gazidis days, where's the money? Because when they're saying, well, you know, no one was available, absolute crap. You know, we can't compete financially. Well, him and Gazidis were. So it just makes me laugh, like the way that Arsenal have played it, the PR vote, like the PR that's come out from the club about the stadium, about the Emirates, it's like it's paid off. And they have spun a yarn to so many people, not just Arsenal fans. Even the likes of Gary Neville sat on Sky Sports was like a few years ago going, yeah, well, now the stadium's paid off. Really? It's not paid off. It's not paid off. It's £20 million a year in payments. And Champions League used to pay for that. Just getting into the Champions League used to pay for that. So yeah, anybody who's never been to Highbury, like I said, I don't feel sorry for you, because like I said, I think that's a bit harsh saying it that way. I think that just wish you'd seen it and been there. And just like, it's hard to explain, man. It's like, I remember my first game was 1990 and we lost 5-2 to Tottenham. Kind of ironic that we're going to go and spank them twice 5-2. But it was mad. Like, I just loved it. I was only young. I was just loving life. And yeah, it was wicked, man. It used to be really good. Just coming out of the Arsenal station, bang, the stadium, like it was just mental. It was really nice, man. And it just had tradition, it had class, it had everything good about Arsenal. And sadly, they sold out. So yeah, now we don't have any of that. Highbury was magical. Wish I went there. It is, it was, and now it's apartments. I lived 10 minutes from Highbury and I was too young to see it. Bruv, that's tragic, man. Feel sorry, Ben. Oh, dear. Highbury was just magical. Yes, Virus, 100%, man. 100%. It was a fortress, says that guy D. Yep. How old is he? Who are you talking about, Marble Halls? Are you talking about Mickey? I don't know who you're talking about, man. But evening to you, bruv. Anybody who's not subscribed to Marble Halls TV, go and subscribe to him as well. He's in the chat. Click on his icon. It'll take you to him. We had to move. Do you know what? I actually disagree with that, my friends. I disagree with that. I know. Listen, I know we don't see eye to eye on everything always, bruv, but I actually disagree. And the reason I disagree, look at Leicester City, right? And look at the money that's been pumped in from Champions League, from Sky Sports, BT Sports, Amazon, you know, companies like this. Leicester City, yes, I know they've got a rich owner. That's irrelevant. Look how much money Leicester has spent. And if you look now at the day or the season that we left Highbury, and then compare that in terms of revenue stream, how much we annually brought in that season, yeah, now compare Norwich City's income to that. I guarantee Norwich City's income now is more than Arsenal's when we left Highbury. Guarantee it. I would actually stick money on that. And that has got nothing to do with moving stadium. That has got to do with the bigger deals for TV revenue, bigger deals for other things as well. You know, yes, the stadium deal gives us bigger revenue streams. Yes, we get a bigger match day revenue because there's more people in the ground. But Leicester City do all right. Leicester City are second in the table. They've won a Premier League and their stadium's 40,000. So I don't think we had to move. I just think that the bigwigs at this football club at the time decided, do you know what? We've got a dream. And it wasn't actually Wenger's dream either, by the way. It was George Graham's dream. A lot of people don't know that either. George Graham said years before that, 2-3 years before, maybe we should move stadium. Maybe we should get bigger. Maybe we should get better. So the plans were kind of in place. And then Wenger oversee that. And listen, don't get me wrong, getting in the top 4 every season was cool. But it was literally only to balance books. Nobody wanted to win it. Nobody wanted to go that extra mile. And you've only got to look at Tottenham now. Tottenham Stadium's costing £50 million a year. Ours is 20. Yeah, so how can Tottenham go out and do £60 million on Ndombele when we were skinflinting and penny pinching? And so I could sit and talk about this for hours, but I'm not going to because I don't want to go down the negative route and people think I'm being negative. So yeah, let's keep it to reading somebody's comments out. I'm going to do about another 2-3 minutes. Do drive the likes up. Still 530 people watching this live. Still don't understand to this day why we moved, says Lee. What a cool name that is, bruv. Hope you're good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly. Rum in my hand. Cheers, mate. Big up yourself, Moses. Rum in my hand too. Happy weekend. We wanted to move because we got gassed and didn't take it slow. We would have been a different team if we didn't leave. Exactly. And the thing is, we had a winning team. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Just keep winning. Winning brings money in. Winning breeds more success. It gets the bigger deals in. You know, look at Leicester City. Leicester City have got some massive deals off of the back of winning the Premier League. But for me, the Premier League, Sky Sports, BT Sport, the introduction of the Champions League from European Cup, the rebrand of the UEFA Cup into the Europa League, all of these things have just boosted the money up ridiculous to the point where Norwich City, if anyone can find that out for me and let me know at 9 o'clock, I'd appreciate that. Norwich City's annual income this season, or the last season, should we say? Yeah, let's go. Actually, let's go with a team that are in the Premier League last season. Let's go Bournemouth. Let's go with Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth's income, annual income from 2018. Yeah, 2018-19. Yeah, and then compare that to Arsenal at the last season at Highbury, I guarantee Bournemouth's income is more than Arsenal's was at Highbury. So that has got nothing to do with a stadium move. And Bournemouth, let's be real, their stadium holds about 18k. So I guarantee their income was more than it was at Highbury in the last season. But listen, on that note, I am going to wrap this up because I've been waffling for half an hour and I need to pop out. So thank you to every single person in the chat. Thank you to everybody who's taken part. Big up everybody. I will be back at 9 o'clock. I'm going to pop out and then watch the rest of the Man United game. So thank you very much. Until later, I'm gone. Laters, peeps.